Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry. I'm a business coach, and I help Gen X women start, grow, and scale successful online businesses. So I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs in things like offer development, funnel strategy, launching, and more. But what I truly love is helping Gen X service-based experts grow their businesses like the grown-ass women they are. So I come here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to talk about why online marketing and business strategies for Gen X women are different. So we just went through, if you're in the US, the Thanksgiving holiday, and for everybody, what follows after that? Black Friday. So just checking in to see, how did Black Friday go for you? Let me know. If you have any questions around it, let me know. If you're here, just say hey. I'd just like to connect with you. But back to Black Friday. How did things go for you? Because for a lot of folks that I have spoken to, Black Friday didn't really meet their expectations or their hopes. So it doesn't necessarily help either that your feed might be full of people right now who are talking about their incredible launches. Their Black Friday sales were amazing. It was 6 figures. But you know what? Keep in mind when you see these things in your feed that you are not getting the full story of what it actually took them to get there, to have that amazing launch, to have those great Black Friday sales. Nor are they necessarily expected to give you the entire backstory every time they talk about having a great launch. So just that is something to keep in mind. And that is not what I'm here to talk about today, but I just wanted to make that point because I know that it's something that my clients are seeing right now and feeling a little bit frustrated by. So what I want to talk about today is your Black Friday launch, your Black Friday sales, and what to do when you maybe perceive that it was a flop or a failure. So I was chatting with a client yesterday who was really frustrated about her Black Friday launch. It didn't get the results that she expected, and she was just ready to throw in the towel on the entire offer, the entire thing. And that is a very normal feeling to have after a launch. But I would say that when I started to look at the data and information about her launch, I saw a very different story. So, like I said, normal to feel that way after a launch. Launches take time, work, and energy. Launches can be emotional roller coasters. But we need to remember always that while launches clearly are about getting sales, they are also about gathering data and collecting information, right? And the data and the information can tell a very different story than your emotions do. So the first thing I would recommend is that after you close your cart, take a couple of days off. Give yourself some time to feel those emotions. Allow yourself to feel them. Because if you beat yourself up for feeling them or you don't allow yourself to feel them, you squish them away, what's going to happen is they're going to pop up again at the most inopportune time and in the most inopportune place. So allow yourself time to process and feel those things. After you've taken that time, then remember those emotions and feelings are just that. They're emotions and feelings. They are not facts and information and data. So once you've given yourself a little break, it's time to pull the data out from your launch so you can see what actually happened and you can learn from it. And that learning, as opposed to the feelings and emotions, are what should guide you moving forward. So, what do you pull out? What data do you pull out from your launch? Let's start with your email list. How many people were on your email list? How long have they been on your email list? Have they bought from you before? Is your email list active? Are you emailing them on a regular basis? If so, then you can look at the information you have historically about open rates and click-through rates for your emails and use those to compare to the emails you sent during your launch. Next, related to that, I want you to pull the open rates and the click-through rates for your sales emails. You can look back at the historical data you have and compare. How did the open rates and click-through rates compare during the sales process to what I normally see when I email my list? It can also tell you that information. It can tell you what subject lines work well, what subject lines got people to open the emails, what email content got people to click through to the sales page. This is good information to have. It lets you know, okay, this worked, this didn't work so well. Maybe we do a little more of this next time and a little less of this, right? Then I want you to go to your landing page software and look for your unique landing page links. That is going to tell you how many unique individuals actually landed on your sales page. Great information to have, right? If you were talking about your offer on social media, which you should have been doing, and if you're also maybe running ads, in addition to emailing your list, you can see or start to see, even if you don't have fancy UTMs set up and all that sort of information, which is beyond the topic that we're going to talk about today, you can start to see, okay, what was working? What emails were sending people to the landing pages? What social posts were sending people to the landing pages? What ads were sending people to the landing pages? And if you are running ads, you also want to look at your ads data. What are the click-through rates on your ads? What is Ads Manager saying in terms of unique sales page views, in terms of sales? All of that collected together can start to give you a picture of what pieces of your launch worked really well and what pieces didn't necessarily work so well. Now, we're going to do a little bit of math. So back to those unique sales page views. I want you to take the number of sales that you have and divide that by your unique sales page views. That number, when you convert it into a percentage, is your conversion rate. So this is something that I see overlooked all the time when I talk to clients about their launch goals and they didn't meet their launch goals and they're not sure what happened. I'm like, okay, how many people saw your offer? What was the conversion rate on the landing page? Your goal is to get between 2 and 5%. That's the gold standard for conversion rate. And often my clients have met those percentages, but they didn't get the sales that they wanted to get. So what does that tell me? It tells me that the offer was converting, that they just didn't get enough people to the landing page. They didn't get enough people to see it. So that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with their offer. It means there just weren't enough people looking at it. So if your percentage was lower than 2 to 5%, and this is especially true if it was your first launch, don't give up yet. Like, again, this is why we're looking at the data to see what worked and what didn't work. Because just about every single offer that's ever been put out there since the beginning of time takes time to optimize. Few people get it perfect right out of the gate. And you know what? Even those people should still be looking at their data and optimizing. So I don't want you to give up the first time out and think none of this worked if you haven't actually looked at the information or the data. So then, for the sales that did come in, look at those people and say, okay, who are they? Are they on my list? How long have they been on my list? Have they bought for me before? Do they open my emails on a regular basis? Do they follow me on social media? What do they do? What are the problems that they're trying to solve in their lives? What drew them to this offer? And then take the next step and actually have a conversation with them and ask them those very questions. What was going on in your life when my offer came in front of you that made you feel like, wow, that is something that I really need. That is something that's really going to help me. That's going to help me solve this problem. That's going to help me attain whatever desire it is that I want to attain. Have that conversation with those people. Don't make assumptions. Don't think you know why they bought. Ask them. And then you can use that information to help you adjust your messaging going forward. So, typically, for a launch that doesn't work out according to your goals or your expectations, it means, one, you haven't actually looked at your data. You're just going based on your emotions. Or it could be that there's a problem with your offer, there's a problem with your messaging, or you just didn't get the traffic. You didn't get enough people to look at your offer and your sales page. So we'll dive a little bit more into those topics next week. But I do want you to, one, process the emotions and allow yourself to feel them. Then two, look at the information and the data and see what that truly tells you about your launch. So if you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. I am here for you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.